on how to mint and etch runes. In a later video, we'll look at our runes launchpad where you can take a look at launching your own collection. But today we're just going to look at the very basics of minting and etching runes on OrdinalsBot.com. So here we are at the homepage of OrdinalsBot. And as you can see in this beautiful banner, we're going to click there to get started. Now, etching and minting is a two-step separate process. Etching is actually creating the rune, and then minting will be receiving the rune to your wallet. So we can dive in here. First off, we need a ticker for the rune. So we need to pick something between 13 and 26 characters. So purple, purple, purple. Next, you can do the supply. For obvious reasons, the max supply starts off at 21 million, but you can make this whatever you want. So we'll go 420 million. For the symbol, you can put in, like a letter or whatever, a ticker or an emoji. So, I like purple, so we're gonna go with that. Divisibility, this basically is describing the decimal places that you want to allow for your particular token. I believe Bitcoin has 18. You can make 0 so the token isn't divisible at all, or you can just go down however many decimal points you want. So I'll just put 18 on mine since people are used to that. Okay, and now so here are the mint terms. Now pre-mine, what this means is how much of it do I want sent to myself? So if you're going to do a particular event where you're going to be distributing the rune, maybe you want to pre-mine everything. If you want to do a fair mint where you don't have anything, like the team doesn't hold any particular rune, and you want other people to mint it, then just leave that at 0. I would start that at 0 personally, unless you have specific plans. For the mint amount, or the minimum amount, or mint amount, this is the amount of tokens that can be minted per transaction. Okay, so if we have 420 million tokens, probably want to allow people to mint more than one at a time. I would say, for simplicity, let's do 1,000. So that means we have 420,000 mints, which is still a lot. You can bump that up to 10,000, and then that's 42,000. Maybe let's do that. We'll do 10,000 mints. Turbo mode, as you can see here, this just says it means the rune will apply all future protocol changes. I would leave that checked unless you have some specific reason to uncheck it, but probably a good idea to leave that checked. And then you can also provide your own file to inscribe with the rune if you'd like. It needs to have a file to live on, so it's very similar to an inscription. In this particular case, I'm not going to worry about that. So we'll hit next, and then OrdinalsBot will provide the file to inscribe. Please double check everything before continuing. We take no responsibility for typos and wrong punctuation, so take note. If you inscribe something that's wrong, that's on you. You need to make sure that everything is correct. So we're going to check the details. It says we are also not checking the current status of the rune, supply, etc. Proceed with caution. So make sure. Okay, so we've got the decimals. Yes, pre-mine none. 420 million. The amount per is 10,000, like we said, and so then the cap is 42,000. So everything looks good. Let's hit next. Alrighty. So I don't have my wallet connected at this point. So what we want to do, you can either connect your wallet or the receive address here. You can paste in whatever receive address you want, which for me, I'm just going to use my Xverse wallet for this. So we're going to connect the wallet, sign to connect. All right, now we're connected, and then you see it autofills the wallet in there. So we're just going to do that. Use connected address. Now what we can do is select the network fee that we'd like to pay. Normal right now is 7 sats per byte, about 30-minute confirmation. You can change that around, obviously, but right now the total cost is going to be $5.30. So what I'm going to do is we have 2 different things that we can do to pay this, but we'll out the details here under how this works. You upload your file and click submit, pay the Lightning invoice, and that's important to note. OrdinalsBot is integrated with Lightning, so we can do things really fast. It includes an inscription fee of 0.00025 Bitcoin plus 10% per file. After that, the inscription will be minted. If you provide a Bitcoin address, your inscription will be automatically sent to you, which we did. We connected the wallet there. Okay, and then note, if you don't provide a Bitcoin address, which again, I'd recommend you should do that, OrdinalsBot will hold this inscription for you until you get one set up. So when you have a wallet set up, simply visit the order check tool to add your address and receive your inscription. In case of issues or you need any help, you can always open a ticket in Discord, give us the order ID, which we'll see here in a minute, and we'll help you. And for the record, when you hop into Discord, most likely you're going to see me. I'd be very happy to help direct you to the right person, and we can get a dev to look and sort your issue right away. So you can view the frequently asked questions there if you'd like, but what we're going to do is submit this and pay the invoice. So 3 different options. You can pay with Lightning if you have that. So you can just scan that with your Lightning wallet and pay there. You can pay on-chain Bitcoin. So if you don't want to pay with this connected wallet, you have another wallet that you use for payments. You can either scan this QR code or copy this address and send Bitcoin. They tell you the total amount right down here at the bottom. But for me, I just want to pay with my connected wallet. Super simple and easy. So we're going to do that. Pops up the Xverse command here, shows me the total, hit confirm. All right, and so we're going to be waiting on payment there. So if you go back here, now the order is pending. And now this is really important. This is your order ID. Don't share this with anyone, right? But we need this order ID to be able to have support questions. So if I have any questions and I need to go and open a ticket in Discord, you need that ID to be able to talk about your order at all. So make sure and write that down, save it somewhere. You can just copy it and then save it, and it'll location that you'll remember. Okay, so that's etching. We're gonna take a break here, and then I'm gonna switch over to minting and we'll go through that. Before we mint though, one thing that I wanted to show y'all is checking on your order status. Okay, so I went back to the home page here. This is just OrdinalsBot.com. If you scroll down to the bottom here, there's the check orders button. Okay, and this is really important to know if you've submitted something to the mempool, right? Because I'm sitting here recording this video for y'all. I need the etch to confirm, right? Before I can mint any of the runes. That makes sense. We need to create the rune first before you can mint it. So we're gonna click on check orders. Now there's a bunch of different orders here because I've been experimenting. You should see your most recent one right here. See, it says rune etch and it gives the time. That's the one that we said. But if you save that order ID, like Perp suggested that you do, you can paste it in here and then click on get order info. Okay, so we can see found payment. It's in the mempool. You can track the transaction. So if you click on that, it just pops out the mempool to let you know, here's the ETA in about 10 minutes. It was first seen 5 minutes ago, all the details, blah, blah, blah. Super easy to track. So if you look down here, you can see it has the Lightning invoice details you can send there. It shows you your receive address, shows you all of the information here. And now here's where you want to watch. Okay, so the commit transaction is the very first transaction that's going to go through. Now, this is important. It says rune etches consist of 2 transactions, right? A commit and a reveal. There will be at least 6 blocks between the commit and the reveal transaction. Basically, this is to prevent front running with certain tokens like BRC20s. The reveal transaction would go through and people were able to see the ticker before the mint transactions were able to hit the mempool as well. And long story short, Perp isn't technical. I'm just kind of summing this up for y'all. Scammers are able to get the same ticker into the mempool, but with only 1 token instead of 420 million tokens, and they're able to scam people and pull money from them. So to fix this, the Runes protocol puts 6 blocks between the commit transaction and the reveal transaction. So basically there's enough time so that scammers can't actually game the system. So we're gonna wait for this commit transaction to hit, and then we'll look at the reveal transaction. And then finally, we'll look at minting the purple rune that we're creating for this video. So we'll do that next. All right, we are back. Obviously in the video, that was no time whatsoever, but for me, it was a decent bit of time. I think just over an hour because we had to wait for 6 blocks. So if you can see, the commit transaction went through at block 850389, and then the reveal transaction went through at block number 850394. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to the rune section that we were at. We're gonna go to mint. We're gonna type in our ticker number, or boom, it exists. And then it tells you the supply, if there was a pre-mine, how much is remaining, and then we can decide how many mints we're going to do once we actually decide to mint it. So you can go all the way up to 100, and the price changes in real time. So minting 100 batches of these, right, that'd be a whole lot of tokens. So as you drag to different sizes, the price is going to change. So let's do 5. Now, if you're watching this, you can come in and mint purple as much as you want. So have fun with that if you'd like. So again, we're at the same interface as before. We can pay with a connected wallet, we can pay on chain, or if you want it ultra flipping fast, you can pay with Lightning. So I'd recommend doing that because it goes through really fast. But what I'm going to do is just pay with a connected wallet because that's what I've got set up right now. Okay, so it gives us the total there, $22, and we are processing. So again, if you go back here, here's your order ID. This is for the mint that we just did, right? And so that's going to be different from the etching that we did. So definitely make sure that you have that saved, and then you'll need to use that order ID if you open a ticket in Discord. But you can always go here to check orders again, and if it doesn't show up here under the past orders, which is what I always check just because it's ultra convenient, you can paste that order ID in right there and click get order info. Currently in mempool, again, you can click on that transaction, pops out the mempool, tells you when it's estimated to go through, so about 10 minutes. And then yeah, you can see the number of mints that once the payment goes through, then the sending of the mints will start happening. There's 5 of them, right? So each one will have to go through, and it'll take a little bit of time. The name of the game with runes is patience. For security's sake, it's good to just be patient with it because you never know how long the Bitcoin mempool is going to take. And if you ever need any help minting or etching runes, feel free to pop into Discord, ask any questions that you have. I'm always there, and then we can get you a ticket open if I don't have the answer for you, and the devs can take a look. So the next stage that we can look at is going to be launching a runes collection, which we will look at in a subsequent video, but we'll take a look at the Ordinals Bot launchpad and break that all down for you. So in the meantime, this has been how to etch and mint runes on OrdinalsBot.com. Happy minting and etching, everyone. This has been PurpleSoy22, head of community. I'll see you next time.